I'm Stanley Chapaitis, and 3 years ago, after I retired from my university teaching position, I leased this from a friend who was retiring from farming, and we got started. For me, it goes back to my ancestry. We call this farm Uncle Henry's Garden, and that's named after my great uncle who came from the Abruzzo region of Italy, smuggling in a little fig tree sapling and several garlic bulbs, in his coat. And for him, that meant survival. That meant life. He gained his citizenship by fighting in World War I, managed after he died to save several bulbs of his garlic, and that's what we grow still. The old country garlic. We don't know what it is. It doesn't have a name. It's just what he brought with him. My home is in Indiana, Pennsylvania, about 6 miles up the road. There's one of our state representatives there that I know pretty well and talk to him often. When I come out here to the farm, it's a different guy who I've never met, who's run for the last 4 or 5 cycles unopposed. If you live in Indiana County, you may have one of 4 different state legislators. So all of us who live here have similar needs, interests, problems, things to face, but yet we've got, this hodgepodge of different legislators sitting in their safe districts, without really the need or the incentive to respond and become involved with their community of interest. They respond to the big agri-corporations. Our efforts to provide local food that's safe and healthful and all of that just don't get much attention. I would tell them that I'm a conservative, much more than a lot of what I see that gets called conservative. I'm conserving the soil here. I'm conservative with how I spend money because I don't have that much and I don't make that much and I've got to make it work. I'm conservative in that I try to conserve and use every scrap of material that I can produce on the farm. Every tomato vine, every stalk of everything is composted and worked back into the soil here. I call that conservative. I also call myself a conservative because the way that I'm farming is the way that my great uncle farmed. He farmed the way that his ancestors farmed, going back to Roman times and before. That's conservative. We wouldn't let the football teams one-up each other with dirty tricks, but we let our politicians do that. And I've yet to figure out why we tolerate that, why it's something that's commonly done. We have a lot more in common with each other. And if we can drop the labels, if we can drop a lot of the ideology, this is a problem which needs to be addressed with visionary action, with bold action. And I can point directly to the gridlock and the way our government sets itself up. And those are not the people who are equipped to handle the real problem which is right in front of us. It has the potential to drive me and many of my farming colleagues, mostly people younger than me, but people that I like a lot and want them to succeed. It's going to drive us right out of farming if it doesn't get better.